Hey, how's it going, YouTube? It's Sly 88 Fry. Obviously, I'm sure all of us heard about the news from yesterday, but I'd like to react to a Nicki Swift video talking about it. It's a short video. She'll be a quick one. Check it out.
On the morning of Sunday, January 26, 2020, a helicopter carrying NBA legend Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, Orange Coast College baseball coach John Altobelli, and, according to officials speaking hours after the incident, 6 other people crashed in Calabasas, California, killing everyone on board. Bryant was 41 years old. According to TMZ, the helicopter that crashed was a private aircraft owned by Bryant. Though the cause of the crash is unknown at the time of the making of this video, it is currently under investigation. The TMZ report also relays the observations of eyewitnesses to the crash, saying that they heard the helicopter's engine sputtering before it went down. While the identity of the pilot or of the other occupants of the helicopter besides Kobe, Gianna, and Altobelli have not been revealed yet, Vanessa Bryant, Kobe Bryant's wife of nearly 2 decades, was not on board when it crashed. An ABC news break shortly after the crash allegedly claimed that Bryant and all 4 of his children were on board the helicopter when it crashed. However, TMZ's report cited Bryant's reps that apparently only Gianna was on board. Footage of the wreckage of the tragic accident, which filled television, computer, and smartphone screens for hours after Bryant's death, revealed that the helicopter had crashed into the Santa Monica Mountains, which run along the Pacific Ocean on California's southern border. According to the TMZ report, Bryant had routinely used his private helicopter as a means of transportation for many years. In 2010, a GQ profile of Bryant described his practice of taking a private chopper to all of his home games with the Los Angeles Lakers, a method of travel he continued to employ up through his retirement from the team and the NBA in 2016. Throughout the majority of his career with the Lakers, he lived in a house located in Newport Coast in Newport Beach, California, and traveled via the helicopter to the Lakers' home at the Staples Center in LA, a distance of about 48 miles. The TMZ report was updated a few hours after its initial posting to assert that the helicopter was on its way to the Mamba Academy, Kobe Bryant's sports training facility for basketball practice. With his wife Vanessa, Kobe Bryant was father to 4 daughters: Gianna, Natalia, Bianca, and Capri, who was only born on June 20th, 2019, just over 7 months before Bryant's untimely death. Born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to a former professional basketball player, Joe Jellybean Bryant, Kobe Bean Bryant enjoyed an illustrious 20-year career in the NBA as a shooting guard, having been drafted right out of high school to play for the Charlotte Hornets before being traded to the LA Lakers in 1996. Over the course of his 2 decades as a professional basketball player, he earned 5 NBA championships between the years of 2000 and 2010, and was named the NBA's most valuable player in 2009. For 2 consecutive years after that, in 2009 and 2010, he was named the NBA Finals MVP. Bryant also earned 2 Olympic gold medals as a member of the United States men's basketball teams in the Beijing and London Summer Olympics in 2008 and 2012, respectively. In 2017, the Lakers held a ceremony to retire both of Bryant's jerseys, number 8 and number 24. But Bryant's achievements weren't limited to the court. He was awarded an Oscar in 2018 for his animated short film, Dear Basketball, which was based on a poem he wrote in 2015 after announcing his retirement from the NBA. While the Los Angeles Lakers have had their fair share of legendary players, few are as beloved or well-known as Kobe Bryant. Though he may have started his life on the other side of the country, Bryant spent nearly half his life as a Laker. In the wake of his tragic death, Los Angeles has lost a true legend.
Brutal. It's sad to see such a legend go. He's definitely going to be in the Hall of Fame, but unfortunately it's after his death. He wouldn't be the first athlete that's been gone to the Hall of Fame after his death, but it does suck. He's had a lot of accomplishments, and it's heartwarming to see that he actually had other talents. I mean, he wrote a poem and made an Oscar-winning animated short. Now, don't get me wrong. I know how the award shows are just kind of BS, and you have to be on their good side, and the voting is very biased. But to even just be considered is an honor, even with the BS, with the bullshit. It sucks to see him go, especially losing his 13-year-old daughter as well. That's just really sad. And I know that a professional athlete, like in the grand scheme of things, isn't the most important thing, but you'd be pretentious to think that it doesn't matter if they die. Almost literally everybody who has died, it's affected someone else or other people. And while maybe it doesn't have a direct effect on you or many others, Kobe Bryant has family. He has friends. You know, he spent a lot of time with them, I'm sure, especially after he was done playing in the NBA. And it's going to hurt them a lot. So don't just pretend that this isn't a big deal. I mean, maybe to some it might not be, because maybe you don't care about the NBA. I personally don't really care about the NBA. I find it a boring to watch sport. It feels like it doesn't matter until like the last 3 minutes of the game, because you're just constantly seeing points score. So it just doesn't seem any significant to me. And this is coming from somebody who lives in Northern California, just an hour north of San Francisco, hour north of Oakland, where the Golden State Warriors had played for many years, for decades. Now they're playing in San Francisco again. So, you know, I have even more reason to be an NBA fan, because the Warriors were so damn good over the last, 5 years, you know? So, even then, I just didn't really care that much. So it goes to show I'm not an NBA fan, but I knew who Kobe Bryant was, and I admired how great he was at the game. And yes, I've heard people talk about the rape allegations. It was, I heard it was settled outside of court. I actually thought he was innocent. Like, I thought he got away because he was innocent or proven innocent or something, but I guess it was just settled outside of court. And I know there's going to be people who are just hold that against him, but, I mean, come on. The guy died. His family and friends are mourning him. Lots of fans are mourning him, and I do get it. It may seem ridiculous to mourn someone just because they were famous and accomplished a lot as an athlete or in Hollywood. But to millions of people, in some way, this individual had an impact on them, even though it wasn't a direct impact. People received tons of joy just watching Kobe Bryant play basketball, whether they were a Lakers fan or not. So don't be acting like it doesn't matter that he died. Don't be acting like it's not a big deal, because it is a big deal to some. Personally, for me, it's not a huge deal, but at the same time, I am still kind of sad to see him go. He was a big deal. And I mean, other than those allegations from the 2000s, he was a pretty decent guy for the most part. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate this Nicki Swift video talking about it. It was short and sweet, and I like that. And I might as well end my react. I will point out one other thing. There are more important things going on. Yes, there are. We all know that. But it's okay to mourn for the loss of someone, even if they didn't know you directly, if it affected you in some way.